What's up, you beautiful motherfuckers, and welcome to Unfiltered, the podcast in which we keep it exactly that. My name is Caitlin, I'm 21 years old and a self-proclaimed resident of Crazy Town. If you are not crazy, you cannot listen to this podcast. The normies need to stay in their lane. But speaking of crazy, today we're going to be talking about Trisha Paytas and why I believe Trisha Paytas is dangerous. Now, I know that this is a very bold label to use to describe somebody, but given Trisha Paytas' recent behavior, I think she is very dangerous. And look, I am not for cancel culture, and I of course stand by victims that tell the truth, but Trisha Paytas has gone to a whole new level with her lying and storytelling. Trisha Paytas is a self-admitted pathological liar. She's made it very clear in her book and multiple videos that she loves attention and she will do anything and everything for it. In my subjective opinion, I believe Trisha Paytas' lying got worse when she was platformed on Frenemies with Ethan Klein on the H3H3 podcast. On one episode of Frenemies, Trisha Paytas made a very damning allegation against a teacher that was very damaging. She accused her teacher of looking at CP in a classroom full of kids. But to this day, there's absolutely no evidence to back that up. He has a clean record and was well respected in his community of Byron, Illinois. And the saddest part of this is, the teacher that she accused of looking at CP in a classroom is no longer here to defend himself. I say this all the time. These type of allegations are fucking serious, and I truly believe it's disgusting that Trisha Paytas would just throw it around as if it's some fucking trophy to give a person, or anybody for that matter. Nobody should be accusing anybody of anything without proof that it actually happened. I believe Trisha Paytas has some type of trauma, no doubt. But the thing that doesn't make sense to me is if I was sitting here telling you my life story and telling you all of my trauma, there would be no fucking way in hell I would be able to exuberantly tell you every single detail. That's why it's called trauma. And I truly believe these traumatic events or alleged traumatic events that she's had in her life is not authentic. Because if it was real trauma, you would not be able to even speak on it. It would be too difficult for you, and it'd be too difficult for Trisha to speak on. Trisha Paytas also tends to use mental health as a shield and claims to have all of these mental illnesses, but without even having a fucking diagnosis. People that deal with these mental illnesses have to go through hell every single day to treat these, and it is extremely debilitating. Trisha Paytas has said, "When I make people feel guilty, I get things. Awesome." And that is a direct quote from her book. She has used this mantra, and it tends to work in her favor a lot, because people don't look into things, and people just take her word for it. The point here is Trisha Paytas does not care who the fuck she hurts, and that's why she's dangerous. She doesn't care how big the lie is, who it's about, as long as it's monetary gain for her, she doesn't give a fuck. Trisha Paytas also went after a creator by the name of Mysterious T after she made a 2-part documentary series of all of the lies and contradictions of Trisha Paytas, put in a very concise, clear timeline to draw our own conclusions, followed every step of fair use and copyright law, yet Trisha claimed the video manually. Now, if you were telling the truth and being honest and authentic, why would you want to claim that video? But the thing that really fucking gets me, and the one thing that is like super dangerous to me, is she has been physically violent towards Moses and all of her other exes. And she's been very open about this and very fucking nonchalant about it as if it isn't a fucking problem. On one occasion, Trisha Paytas wanted to spend time with Jason Nash on her birthday, but they were in a fight and broken up. But instead of letting Jason just cool off, she goes to his fucking house with a knife, runs around, basically holds him hostage and then drives her fucking car into his house. Excuse me, but what fucking normal person does that? I'm waiting for an answer. One of the most disgusting things I think I've ever seen on the internet was brought to my attention the other day when I was watching a stream. My favorite content creator, Mike an actor, was covering a skit that Trisha Paytas did of JonBenet Ramsey. And what she did during this video was basically reenact the murder of JonBenet Ramsey. And that is one of the most disgusting things that you could ever do on the internet, in my opinion. Makes my stomach turn, and I can't even comment on that. It's so disgusting. One of the things that I find super fucking interesting here is we will hold Shane Dawson to a standard for making racially insensitive jokes, and I am not here to defend that behavior, nor do I stand by it at all. However, Trisha has done the exact same thing, inserted herself in movements like Black Lives Matter and having absolutely no fucking education on the matter, and has also said the N-word and done blackface. So she's done the exact thing Shane Dawson has done, yet where is this energy for Trisha? The difference between Shane and Trisha, however, is Shane has made active changes to be a better person. He does not stand by the content he's made and thinks it's disgusting and doesn't make that sort of content anymore. In these situations, we have to look at intent. Shane Dawson's intent was to never hurt anybody with his humor, but to simply make people laugh. Certain people will use uncomfortable humor to get through a trauma that they've had in their life, or multiple traumas at that, and use humor as a coping mechanism to deal with such a trauma. I know I've certainly done it. But Trisha Paytas' intent is to hurt people and attack people for monetary gain. And that is why she's fucking dangerous.